Conversate for a few.
Welcome to another episode of Conversate for a Few. I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This is not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely is not. This is a podcast about hip hop. What we doing today, bruh?
Hey man, they might as well expect at least one a month. More AI talk. This is our third installment.
Yep, it's got to be. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna have to do at least one a month, man. Shit moving so fast.
So fast, man.
Yeah. So, where you want to start?
I don't know, man. We can start with the new Drake, AI Drake.
Yeah,
he didn't put two songs. Gotta be honest, they're both fire.
Hey, let me tell you something. The
or maybe you want to start with the big Illmatic verse.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nope. The way where you started is the first thing that I got written down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The first, where you start, AI Drake may be better than the real Drake is what I have written down there.
It might be, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, dog. I ain't gonna front. I don't know that. That's hyperbole, maybe. But,
right.
But to keep it a buck, the last two AI Drake songs I heard have been hotter than the last two albums of Drake. Than anything on the last two albums that I heard.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, shit, that's fire. Like, oof.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary, bro.
It's scary. And so man, you know what is so crazy? This is where the lines become blurred between, reality and non-reality, let's say, right? But even more than that, it's like, damn, we was talking about, like, can artificial intelligence totally replace the artist? But forget that. You could have a real fake Drake, meaning the real actual Drake do his thing, but then you got people that can write, but that now they can use an AI voice of someone famous to get their lyrics and their verses off. Like a ghostwriter. Like they ghostwrite for the AI voice of Drake, the AI voice of Beyonce, the AI voice of Rihanna. So it's artificial intelligence, but infused with, lyrics from the actual, real person. A ghostwriter.
From a real person. Not the real Drake or not the real, but a real person.
A real person,
Yeah. The way that's true. The way I was thinking about it, to add to what you said, every rapper and every producer, I'm almost certain, has had this thought at least one time. That if for instance, if Swiss Beats hit play on this beat, you would accept it. Mm-hmm. If Just Blaze hit play on this beat, you would accept it. But because I hit play on it, you're going to have some form of shade or hate. You're not going to give it its just due because I'm a quote unquote unknown.
Right.
So I could very easily see a writer that feels like he's ill penning something that they think is dope and putting it in Drake's voice and seeing the world accept it and saying, okay, that there proves the viability of my writing.
Right.
Right.
Right. And that one of the recent of the two Drake songs, the person who wrote the lyrics, I saw in the comments, he was saying, I wrote the lyrics for this joint, blah, 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 the person that posted it. And he was saying, what AI, software he used for the voice. So here's the thing, though, is what happens when AI which can be done now, but AI has heard enough, because we already talked about they only need a certain amount of minutes of hearing a person speak to, simulate the voice, but also they're able to just replicate the pattern of rhyming and stuff like that. So meaning when AI is able to generate the Drake voice, but also generate the flow without you having to input your lyrics. So what I'm saying is there could be there could be the real Drake in the world putting out music. Then there could be a semi AI Drake, meaning the Drake voice, but it's an actual real person that's penning, that's entering into the software. And then the AI, the real AI version of Drake, where the AI is coming up with the lyrics and doing the voice. So it was looking like, I guess we're going to have 3 editions of artists. Like, you're going to have the real artists, the semi-real, and the complete AI artists.
Yeah, that's what it looks. That's exactly what it looks like it's headed to. 3-tiered. I hadn't given that any thought. I hadn't thought about it that far. That's a really, really good point. We looking like we're headed towards a 3-tiered reality when it comes to art, especially when it comes to music. Yeah. The real, the semi, and the completely artificial. And in reality, go ahead.
My question is, do you think, like, say that if I'm Drake, I wouldn't want that, right? I don't want nobody writing for AI and then the AI using my voice to spit the lyrics that somebody ghost wrote. Nor do I want a completely AI version of myself making music with my voice, right? So my thing is, do you think the artist will have enough pull with the fans to say, yo, don't mess with that stuff?
Nope.
I agree. And you know why? I think
why
the reason is because the fans can never get enough. They want more. You drop an album out, you drop an album as an artist, they want more. They want to hear something more. They want to hear something new.
That's right.
Oh, okay, you ain't gonna give me nothing new. AI will, semi-AI will. They got some new joints over here. Sounds just like you.
Yep. Sound better than you.
Yes, yeah. Many cases sound better than you.
Yeah. Because a person, wow. I don't think they're gonna care you, and that's exactly right. I think our era could have pulled that, like when our heyday. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The mid '90s to the mid 2000s. You know what I mean? I think our artists could have requested that. Maybe not even through the mid 2000s. I think because we were willing to wait for albums at that time. It was expected to have to wait for an album. Our favorite artists dropped every 2 years at best.
Yeah. At best, yeah.
At best, it didn't start speedballing until I'd say around 98, 99 when DMX started dropping. When he did that year, we had 2
albums,
platinum albums, 2 #1 albums in 1 year. And then with the influx of Master P having all those artists, and they were dropping 2 and like at least an album per month, at least, if not more than 1.
Yeah,
I think that era started the snowball, and then streaming started. It reduced all of the friction, so you could put a project out faster. You produce it pretty much in the box, which is your computer. And it really never leaves the box before the world gets it. You don't have to print anything. You don't have to manufacture anything. You don't have to ship anything. So that sped it up even more. So there is a generation of people that have the expectation of receiving music yearly or shit. NBA YoungBoy dropped 9 albums in 1 year himself. You know what I mean? And the majority of his fans have never seen a world without the internet.
That's true.
So their expectations are going to be different. So now I don't think they're going to be able to say, don't listen to that. You know what I mean? Like, don't listen to that and have the fans pay attention to it. I don't think the fans that have that level of loyalty anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I agree.
I would hope it would be a lot better for the music industry and for the arts themselves if they did, but that's really idealistic, and I just don't see it. Yeah.
I agree. I don't see that.
That's sad.
It is.
And it's sad. I mean, because Drake is already making noise. And I haven't heard any fans care. He's already making noise. He's already saying, I don't want this happening. And his record label, Universal, is saying, I don't want that. Stop this from happening. They're trying to put a pause on it. and I don't know that they're going to be able to rein it back in. Yeah, that the AI Drake is a thing. Now, AI Drake is one thing because he's a living artist,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but the posthumous record is about to explode.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
it's about to
the
be
posthumous
crazy
record is about to explode.
because anybody you ever wanted to work with, now you
Hmm.
can do it. If they're no longer here, you wanted to work with them. You wanted a song with Big Pun, it can be done.
It could be done. You
You
just
want a
need some.
song
At this
with
point,
Pop Big?
you still need somebody that can write as well as Big Pun. You know what I mean? But that's the catch with hip hop. You can find somebody that can write as well as another person. They just probably didn't have the delivery. They probably just didn't have the charisma. They probably, you know what I mean? There's some things that were missing. But there are writers out there that can replicate a style,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, easily too. And it ain't even a challenge for them,
Right. I
you
don't
know?
even want to say this person name for because of my own reasons, but I'll say their name because this person may become a millionaire during this time in terms of people that can write other people. Mickey Fax.
Oh, wow.
He may be one of the
Okay.
go-tos for
Yeah.
that.
You know who else? You know who else would be one?
Who's that?
The Game.
Oh yeah, I should have said him first. He's number one.
Yeah. Yeah, Mickey Fax in The Game. They're gonna eat.
Yeah, they're about to take
They're
the
gonna
world by storm.
they about to take the world by storm.
They gonna take the
They about
AI
to take the
world by
world by
storm,
storm.
bro.
Yeah,
Word.
they are. They are. I mean, if you smart right now and if you're smart and a tad bit unethical, you
Hmm.
would just make some AI fire and upload it to your YouTube and watch it go crazy and just eat until they shut it down or do whatever they're gonna do with it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
I can write very, very, very well. I can have a new Nas album tomorrow.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that hard. If you can really write, you don't expect me to sound like him, but I could, I could. Me and you could get together. You write 5, I write 5. That's an album.
Yep. Yep. New Illmatic. 10 song.
A new Illmatic, AI Matic.
Yeah, AI. That's gonna be out.
We might as well put it out. We did it.
I
Let me
know,
write
right?
that down.
Yeah, AI Matic.
AI Matic, yo. Yeah, ready to AI.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, you might as well just write them all down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. Into the AI chambers.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be that. You ain't gonna be able to stop it. And since we talking about posthumous, you mentioned
Mhm.
it in the intro, but Biggie singing "Shook Ones."
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, dog.
Hmm.
And the first time I heard a big AI, it didn't sound that good. It ain't been 2 weeks.
Right. It's crazy.
It
See
ain't.
the first.
It ain't been 2 weeks. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
The first big AI I heard was him rapping New York State of Mind,
Sure was.
and
Yep.
I was like,
Yep. And
this
it was
dope.
alright. It wasn't that
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this don't sound bad. It didn't sound bad as like if I would have just thought
No.
about him rapping it.
Right. It didn't sound bad. It just didn't sound exactly like Big.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't quite. And the Big Shook Ones
It
ain't
sounded like Big
quite.
doing karaoke a little bit.
Right. 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 But you can in certain places you can hear the computer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
You
know what I
can, you
mean?
can, you can.
Yeah.
But
But
don't
Big
worry.
Shook Ones.
But yeah,
That's what I'm saying. This Big Shook Ones, you can't hear much of that. It's leaps and bounds better than what it was 2 weeks ago.
right. And what I was gonna
Is
say,
what I'm
even though
saying.
you can hear a little bit of the computer or whatever, not in 7 days. See, they perfected this thing fast.
Yeah. The problem is, bro, they aren't. It's perfecting itself.
Well, yeah.
That's the catch. if they were perfecting it fast, humans wouldn't have as much to worry about because you're only racing against humans.
Mm-hmm.
But it's perfecting itself
Right.
faster than anybody could improve it. So it's gonna sound like big for real 2 weeks from now. A month from now, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. If you don't know, you won't know.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just like when we first started seeing the AI pictures, you can look at it, especially if it had more than one person in the picture, like the person that was not the subject of the picture would look a little ill-formed, would look, you know what I mean? Like that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
You would
Mm-hmm.
see that.
Mm-hmm.
And that R. Kelly picture that we shared with each other today, just to let the people in on it, there was some AI that someone through via AI created R. Kelly basically doing a concert in jail. So everybody in prison. So everybody in the orange jumpsuits, you know, he got the orange leather on stage. Like you got the people walking behind him. You got a crowd of people. It's like 4 different pictures. And looking at those pictures, the only one that you would even think, because I asked you, and this was your response, right? The only one you would even think might be AI is the one where he's wearing a leather coat, and you know he wouldn't be wearing a leather coat in jail, and they might have
Right. An
gotten it
orange
from
leather jacket.
an older picture, an orange leather jacket.
Right.
I think that orange leather jacket is 100% AI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like the pictures of the
I thought
Pope
about
is 100% AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and in those pictures, you can't. There's nothing in there distinguishing that this is AI.
All right.
So 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you show that picture to a kid and be like, yo, R. Kelly did a concert while he was in, you know, they moved him to Butner, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know he's there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely in Butner. They
He's
moved,
in
so R.
Butler.
Kelly,
You can go visit him if you
he
want.
Butner, North Carolina. If you want to, we can go see Kales. I'm not going to see Kales, but if you wanted to, we can go see Kales.
Yeah. All right. Shoot. I got
You know,
students. I have students out in Butler in the psych ward part, the mental part.
okay, right, okay,
Yep.
okay, yeah. So 5 years from now, you'll show somebody that and tell them that they allow R. Kelly to do a concert in prison.
Mm-hmm.
They would have no reason to say it's untrue.
Right. And here's the thing. What does this AI mean? Like pictures like that and music that's coming out now, AI. What does that mean? Like, you know how we talked about, well, just be clear, how white people, particularly Western, the whites in the Western hemisphere, particularly rewriting history. Imagine how now history can be rewritten. We thought history was rewritten before. Imagine what can be done now to rewrite a history.
God knows. Wow.
If we're gonna have people 10 years from now, people thinking that he performed in prison.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, let me put this in perspective. Everyone saw that, and I don't know if I sent you this article or you saw the article, but the black lady that played Cleopatra, right? It was, you see that that the I guess the people who produced the movie were being sued by a white Egyptian lady of nowadays saying it's misrepresentation of like Egypt and blah 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 and all this. Wait a minute. So, but
Like
anyway,
what?
saying that to say, when you talking about rewriting history, now, man, you mess around, bro. It mess around. Everything we know to be reality be flipped inside out and upside down.
Yes. Okay, so you watched that thing. If y'all go back to the last episode about AI, right? In the description, there's a link to a discussion between two scientists, and in that discussion, and I'll put it in the description of this one also. And I think what we'll start doing is keeping a running tab of information, so the descriptions will have all the information from the last one and all the new information that we find. I'm not gonna put the AI Drake in there. I'm not gonna put the Biggie in there. I'm not gonna put the artist in there. I'm gonna put information in there, right? Just to be clear. But in the description, you'll be able to watch click on a video, and it's I can't remember the gentleman's name, and they're basically letting the world know how harmful AI could be to humanity, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that they mention AI causing is they call it a collapse of reality. Like reality is going to collapse. You won't know what's real and what's not. It's going to completely collapse. That's what you're talking about. You won't know the difference. You know what I mean? Like there's, and then we're going to get to a point where people won't care. Like AI is going to be considered real. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not even going to be there's going to be no differentiation between real and AI, especially when we get the reality collapse. Why would it matter?
Right. And we've been and we've been on that note. If you look at it, going back for years, we've been primed for us step by step, year by year. We've been primed for us to accept the AI reality and not care.
Because there's been an assault on truth over the last 4 to 6 years, and there's a gap in truth. You know what I mean? I don't know what everybody's disillusioned with what's true and what's not. That's only going to add to the collapse of reality. You know, everybody's reality is going to be individual or siloed. It might not be individual to me, but me and you will have a very, very similar reality because we're in this silo. You know what I mean?
Right.
But outside of that, you don't know what people are going to believe or what people are going to deem as true. You know, so or real for that matter. Which is very, very scary. And this sounds like a doomsday situation, and I don't want it to sound that way, but I don't know how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's supposed to sound. Like if y'all can't, I don't, and I will say this: I have spent less time this week researching AI because it was putting me in a. I won't say it was giving me anxiety or it was making me anxious, but I do realize it wasn't I wasn't feeding myself positive information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was getting in a negative information loop where it's really just I'm deeming it as bad news. So why would I continually? I'm not going to be burying my head in the sand, obviously, because we having this conversation. You know what I mean? I'm not going to continue to explore it, but I'm not going to inundate myself with it.
Right.
You know, with the information. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, that was. And then you looking at that thing I sent you, the Autopod.
Yeah.
That AI. Did you look at the price on it? Did you investigate it at all?
Nah. I didn't look at the price.
Nigga, that shit ain't but $29 a month.
Okay.
Bruh. They pretty much giving it away.
Yeah.
They pretty much giving it away. $29 a month. What is so let's to explain to you what Autopod does. You purchase Autopod, and it's basically an API or an application that connects to Adobe Premiere. And you feed it your video clips. You can up to 10 mics and 10 cameras, and you drop it all in there. It matches the mic with the right camera, right? Up to 10. The mic with the right camera, and then splices it and switches between speakers for you. It does all of the edits for you in Premiere. So it basically drop it in there and it quickly edits your film and puts it in. Now you may have to go back and do some, you know what I mean? But like I said, Biggie sounded a little funny 2 weeks ago. This week he sounded way less funny. You're
Right.
gonna have to do a lot less touching up a month from now than you would if you signed up for it today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a year from now, you won't have to edit it at all. But essentially, what you're doing is teaching it what humans want to see as edits.
Yeah. Yeah.
The more you feed it, the more you teach it.
Yes.
So how long do you think it's going to be before it can create its own video without you?
Mm. Yeah. Not long.
Not long, bro. Not long.
If people haven't seen it, if you saw the movie Transcendence, then this is where it's headed. Transcendence.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It stopped
Yeah.
needing the commanding. Like, it stopped needing Johnny Depp to input information and give kind of directive. It came to a point where it became, and I put in quotes, but self-aware, and it was just doing its own thing on its own, automatic.
Yeah.
It had empowered
You
itself.
heard.
It learned how to empower itself.
Yep. Yep. And it's definitely
Things
learning.
went bad at that point.
Bad. Yeah. Bad. And he had to give up his life
Yeah.
to keep it. You know what I mean? He basically joined the machine, didn't he?
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah. He just joined the machine. Whew. So you heard about the Bengali thing, right?
No.
The language. Okay. So they gave it, I think it was less than a paragraph, like 3 sentences of Bengali, and asked it to translate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that they had never trained it on this language. It figured out how to translate those sentences, right? And they didn't know it, but in the background, it had taught itself the entire language.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
So they discovered that after they gave it these three sentences, that they discovered that it taught itself the entire language of Bengali.
On
the back end.
That's ill, because that what it means is it is analyzing every single thing about those sentences 360 degrees. Like, it's analyzing the structure of it, the way the verbs are, the diacritical markings, is all of that. It has to be analyzing all that to come up with, okay, this is how the language functions.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It was able to extrapolate the whole language. That's ill.
Right. The sentence. The sentences.
3 sentences.
That's it's nuts.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And the funny thing is, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, I wrote on Twitter and Facebook, you know what I mean? Because I like to play in all the worlds, the new worlds, the old people worlds. I like to see what everybody's talking about, right?
Yeah.
I wrote on both of those spaces that it will not be long before you start hearing phrases like, we discovered that AI can do such and such and such and such. We did, and it was less than 2 weeks, and I started hearing it. You shouldn't be discovering that this thing can do things. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
Because you see what I'm saying? You don't know what discovery to look for.
Right. Right. But I guess that's crazy. But it's just going to somehow use what has already been fed to, like, it's going to be like this. It's going to use all of the known, meaning all of the information that has been programmed or exposed to solve for all of the unknown. And they're going to be working it out. They're going to be working it out. So now that's crazy. Would you say that was called the Bengali what?
The language Bengali is
But I mean, what was that? That was an article about that, right? Giving it 3 sentences and it figured out the whole language.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look it up now, and if I can, okay, that was an article I read.
Right. And so I just wanted to make the point. So if that happens, then all it needs is a verse from a Drake, a verse from whoever, to figure out crack their whole flow pattern, voice. Everything. and be able to redo it to a T, exactly like the actual artist.
All right. This was 8 days ago. This was a opinion ed. They gonna call it it is an opinion ed because the person that wrote it don't know. Don't nobody know how this shit works. It says
Mhm.
Google AI learns Bengali and they don't know why.
Mhm.
That's the headline.
That's a crazy headline.
That's a crazy headline.
Yeah.
The scare factor is also a good selling point. That's what happened when Google's AI learned Bengali. The slight problem is that it shouldn't be any sort of mystery at all. AI uses the internet to search and gather information. Bengali is a language spoken by a lot of people. There are many publications and lots of media using Bengali. Bengali speakers are a major statistical demographic, so why wouldn't it learn Bengali? What do you mean, why wouldn't it? It wouldn't because nobody told it to. You see what I mean? That's why it wouldn't, because nobody
Yes.
told it to. But it did. So,
Yeah.
and that was in Digital Journal. Um, it's on several sites. The
Yeah,
Business
I'm looking
Standard.
at it on
Uh,
Futurism,
right,
which is a
right.
good place for all of that stuff. Yeah, futurism.com. And I'm just looking, it says in an interview with CBS 60 Minutes, Google tech exec James Manyika admitted that the company's AI had somehow learned a language on which it had not been trained. Quote, we discovered that with very few amounts of prompting in Bengali, Manyika said, can now translate all of Bengali.
Yeah.
What other kind of surprises is in store?
What else
You
can
know
it
what I
do
mean?
that we don't know about yet? Because nobody's
Hmm.
looked at that. You know that is insane. That is insane. Oh, I thought you just sent that to me.
Oh no, I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know you. Okay, I saw what was sent to me, and I'm gonna give somebody a quick shout out real quick. My homegirl
All right.
Jasmine McDonald got a podcast called Whatever Works. She's talking about real human issues. You know what I mean? Mental health, depression, uh,
Hmm.
uh, addiction. Just becoming a better person. It's called Whatever Works, and she's on season 2, episode 2. That's what she just sent me. So if y'all feel so inclined to go check out my homegirl Jasmine McDonald, man, check her out. She's super sharp. She's super funny. Good people. It's like my little sister. So I give her that quick shout.
Yes.
But yeah, um, this is insane, dog. This is
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, but to pivot back to music though, because I think it's good for us to have these conversations and then kind of get into the greater AI world for a little bit to
Yeah.
kind of let people know what's going on because they may not be following it, and then drag that back to music. You know,
Hmm.
um. So, in my opinion, the way that the the music industry, for lack of a better word, is handling this is very akin to the way they handled Napster.
Okay.
They fought it. They tried to shut it down. They sued.
Hmm.
They came at it with copyright infringement law. They got the RIAA, which is short for Recording Industry Association of America. We always use RIAA,
Hmm.
just the acronym, but I don't think a lot of people know what that stands
Yeah.
for. But the Recording Industry Association of America is basically the watchdog for the music industry and the
Yeah.
record labels that are in the music industry, right? So they stick the RIAA on Napster, and the record industry started losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was a turning point. That was a turning point. Um, Hence came streaming because it wasn't going to go away. Being able
Hmm.
to share songs in the way and stream them instantly, it was not going to go away. Somebody's going to figure out a way to do it and make it profitable, right?
Right.
And and they had to because they were losing that war. They
Hmm.
couldn't stop people from downloading music. They couldn't stop people from stealing it. So they had to figure out a way to give it away, but monetize it.
Right.
And that's all streaming is. They
That's
giving you
all
the
it
music, they
is.
giving it away and
Subscriptions, yeah.
monetizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's all. So they're, from what I'm seeing, they're treating AI very, very similarly. You know, they're coming at it with like, they're speaking from the infringement side of things. You got artists like Drake saying, I don't want my voice being able to be used by AI. You got labels like UMG that are, you know, saying, please, like, we need to stop this immediately.
Yeah.
It's copyright infringement, you
against.
know. And yeah, so it ain't gonna work.
No, but I guess what happened with Napster is what happened with this. They're going to figure out how to monetize it, since they know it's not going away and there's nothing they can do about it. Somehow, then they're going to figure out how to monetize it, how they can
Yeah,
make
they
money.
definitely gonna figure out. Yeah, they are. But if they do figure out how to monetize it, what they won't be doing is monetizing humans no more. So somebody gonna be shit out of luck.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna be shit out of luck. If they figure out how to monetize AI, then your favorite artist is done.
Yeah, because here's the thing: why pay millions of dollars for you when I can get a you for free and not have
I
to
can
pay?
create a you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not and own it. Not only do I not have to pay it, I can own it outright.
Mm-hmm. And these are test runs.
You know?
I think all these leaks and songs, and they watching the response. Like, oh, okay, people rocking
Yeah.
with it. Okay.
It's a test run that they not even have to pay. They don't even have to pay for the research. It's
Right.
user generated research.
Yes. They can look at the research that's happening in real time.
Real
And
time.
so
Yeah.
it's coming. Apple is going to be dropping ready to AI. And AI
You better
Mac.
believe it. You better believe
Mhm.
it. You better believe. And if Apple don't do it, Google don't gonna do it. And if Google don't do it, Microsoft gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, all right. Just to recap real quick, the RIAA, the Recording Industry Association of America, is also the organization that certifies gold, platinum, and multi-platinum records, right?
Yes.
This is directly from their site. The RIAA works to protect the intellectual property and First Amendment rights of artists and music labels, conducts consumer industry and technical research, and monitors and reviews state and federal laws, regulations, and policies. So that's who you would send to do your. That's who you would send to lobby for you with the Copyright Office to make sure that everybody's in lockstep, and they are behind. They are behind.
Yeah.
Completely behind. What the RIAA has done though is they've come up with what is this thing called? The Human Artistry Campaign.
Yeah.
Right. And the Human Artistry Campaign, what they did essentially is they developed 7 core principles for artificial intelligence application in support of human creativity and accomplishments. So these are like similar to the tenets of hip hop. These are supposed to be the tenets of using AI as a creator in the music field, in the music space, right? And I'm not going to read the blurb they have under it. I'm just going to read the actual tenet.
Points.
So there's 7 of them, right? All right, this is tenet number 1. Technology has long empowered human expression, and AI will be no different. So they're accepting that, right?
Right.
Number 2, human created works will continue to play an essential role in our lives. All right, that's another just statement, like statement of positivity is what that sounds like to me. Stoking their own egos is really what it sounds like. Number 3, use of copyrighted works and use of the voices and likenesses of professional performers requires authorization, licensing, and compliance with all relevant state and federal laws. Okay. Number 4, governments should not create new copyright or other IP exemptions that allow AI developers to exploit creators without permission or compensation. I'm gonna read that again. Governments should not create new copyright or other IP exemptions that allow AI developers to exploit creators without permission or compensation. That's a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Number 5. Copyright should only protect the unique value of human intellectual creativity. Mm. Mm. That one's sketchy.
It is. Yeah.
That one is sketchy. Copyright should only protect the unique value of human intellectual creativity. Then that right there kind of just speaks against everything the other one said. But hey, number 6, trustworthiness and transparency are essential to the success of AI and protection of creators. Cap. That's cap. Trustworthiness and transparency are essential to the success of AI and protection of creators. Okay, this sentence makes sense if you take out to the success of AI. If this sentence was to read trustworthiness and transparency are essential to the protection of the creators, that sentence may be true, but it is not essential for the success of AI. That's a lie.
No. Yeah, because regardless, it's going to do what it can do, just like it figured out the language.
Period. So that's a lie. Creators, and this is number 7, creators' interests must be represented in policy making. That one I agree with, but I don't know how you're going to dictate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So those, and you asked me, what did you ask me? You sent me a text and you asked me something about that thing.
I said, well, this could be good if the right people get behind it, and right people being enough people in the music industry to have power and pull. And I said, and it gains momentum. And you said it's not going to gain momentum.
Not a chance. And I'll tell you why I feel that way. And it's the same thing I told you. These 7 principles, core principles, they preaching to the choir. They preaching to people that care about music and about the integrity of the artist and that. And they not. If these 7 tenets were written by the creators of the AI, then I would agree that it could catch momentum. But this is written by people that are only in support of the artists and the labels. Of course they're gonna write it like this. Of course this is gonna be their stance. But this don't mean nothing to the AI itself.
Right.
This is just how we feel. You know what I mean? This is a bunch of thoughts. This is a bunch of thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, basically.
That's what this is, a bunch of thoughts and prayers. You feel me? So I thought something was interesting. There's a couple things I found interesting in here. They had statements from a few people that were involved with this, you know, because it was people from record labels, people from, music industry bigwigs, like, and I think it speaks to your point, like if the right people with the right power get behind it, they have the right people with the right power. You know, this is what Harvey Mason Jr. said, and he is the CEO of the Recording Academy, i.e. the Grammys.
Yeah.
Right? This is what he said. There's so much potential with AI, but it also presents risk to our creative community. It's crucial that we get this right early on so we don't risk losing the artistic magic that only humans can create. The fucking CEO of the Grammys said that.
Yeah.
Does that sound positive to you?
No.
At all. At all. There's so much potential with AI, but it also presents risk to our creative community. It's crucial that we get this right early on so we don't risk losing the artistic magic that only humans can create. He's talking about completely you losing the human spark in music.
Yep.
Yeah, like, okay. Read one more. Two more, actually. Yeah, two more. This is from the president and CEO of Sound Exchange. And that's one of the, for people out there, that is one of the companies, kind of like BMI and ASCAP in the real world. Sound Exchange collects digital royalties for artists in the digital world. All right, it's one of the companies that does that. Song Trust and Sound Exchange are both companies that do that. So their president and CEO, Michael Hupe, I think is his name. It's either Hup or Hupe, said artificial intelligence is a powerful, still emerging technology that presents unique challenges as it matures in the creative art space. We embrace the responsible use of AI, but recent advancements in AI have underscored the need to develop consensus on responsible use and to address important intellectual property concerns. Our culture and our technology must respect the foundational role that all creators play in AI's ultimate output. It don't have to, though. The culture might have to, but the technology don't have to respect nothing. It doesn't have to, and it's not. It's not already. It's being disrespectful. And people are using it. It might not be being disrespectful, but people are using it in a very disrespectful way already. You know? So, okay. The last one I'm going to read is Willie Stiggers. This is a wild name for where he's from. His name is Willie, in quotes, Prophet Stiggers. And he is the co-founder and co-chair of the Black Music Action Coalition. Stiggers. I'll let you finish it up. He said Black songwriters, producers, and artists already face an uphill battle for ownership, credit, and proper payment in the music industry. Although AI can be an incredible tool, without the protection of real human artistry, AI could devastate the Black community, the Black creative community that leads so much of popular culture. We gonna feel it first. Is what he said.
Yeah.
It's gonna decimate us first. Get us out of there. So that's a quote from three people that are on the panel or in that consortium that put together these core principles for AI intelligence application in support of human creativity and accomplishments. This is not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yeah. So if already we have artificial intelligence that can get 3 sentences, 2 sentences, and then decipher a whole language, where does that leave the music in 1 year? They be stations, channels just that play AI music, AI stations.
Yeah. The AI will mess around and create stations that only play AI music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you'll mess around and be listening to a AI YouTube channel that don't have no humans involved. You know, I can see that happening. I can see that happening. You know, I sent you a text earlier, and the text said this year may be the beginning of the end or something to that effect, right? What I say? I don't know. I want to. This may go down as the year it all went to shit. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, this may be the year that, you know, it all goes to shit. Easy, fast. It ain't gonna be 5. It ain't gonna be 5 years. This shit moving too fast.
Yeah, and that's what I think is being underestimated, what people are not noticing. that aren't paying attention to this, it's moving super fast.
Yeah, and there's a very, very small sector of people that are paying attention to.
So it's moving
Like,
fast, which means that changes are happening fast that are going to impact us, whether we
yep.
know that or not.
Whether we're aware that the change is coming or
Right.
not, it's coming. And people like us are having this conversation, right? Like, we're having it. But I got a question for you. Outside of me and you talking about it like this, how many people in your life are you having this conversation with?
Mm, uh, Not most of the people. I had the conversation with maybe two, three other people, and only because they deal with music
Right.
and
I got,
are somewhat aware.
yeah. Yeah, I got one friend, my man Black. We get on the phone and we talk about broad issues from politics to technology to faith, the relationships. We talk about it. So he and I have conversations about this. Anybody else I had this conversation with? Me and Mills, co-host, me and him co-host Have You Chased Your Check Today entrepreneurship podcast. We talk about it. That's two people. So in my life that I have these extensive conversations about, it's three people: you, Mills, and Black.
Yeah.
And I know mad motherfuckers. And you know mad motherfuckers.
Yeah. Two people.
So this is not you see what I mean? We both about the same.
Yeah.
So this is not a broad conversation being had.
Right.
So it's gonna sneak up on a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot. And
Yeah.
and the AI, we dealing with the AI and what we've been seeing musically as it relates to AI. But of course, it's going to creep into every other facet of life, and that's going to be when people pay attention to it. But hell, it's going to be long gone on, you know what I mean, on what it can do and its abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, by the time they catch on, it's gonna be it'll be way past do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Right. It'll be way too late to say what you think, how you feel, and what you want to happen. That'll already be gone and won't matter.
Yeah, that's done passed already.
Well, that's true.
To keep it a buck. That's done passed already. So yeah, that's the kind of thing. I did have a quick conversation with my homegirl Teresa Garrett. I had a conversation with Tiana Garrett, and I had a conversation with Teresa Garrett about AI. But these is high level thinking people too. You see what I mean? So like the average motherfucker ain't talking about this shit.
Right.
The average person, not the average person ain't having these conversations. So every person that I mentioned, I consider to be extremely high level thinkers and broad thinkers, and creators in some shape, form, or fashion, right?
Right.
So yeah, the last thing I kind of wanted to bring up is copyrights.
Okay.
Because we talked about it a little bit on the prior episode, but there's more information out there now. It hadn't solved anything, but there's more information. What I saw today when I was doing my research is there's a couple ways to think about it. There was an artist that used the AI Mid Journey
to do a picture
to create, and she submitted the picture for copyright, and the copyright office said no. They started sending it through the process, and then they rejected it and said no, it was used like AI created it, so she couldn't copyright it. And then she had to send her her reasons as to why these are the edits I made. This is what I prompted it to do. It wouldn't have done this without this, and they still said no. That it belonged. It's not a human didn't make it, right? So there are different levels of thinking, different schools of thought, I guess I would call them. One of them is that it's very akin to the camera. The camera is the tool used to take the picture, but the person pointing and clicking gets the copyright. Is the author of that picture. So there are those that argue that AI is akin to the camera and the tool, and the picture was created from the thoughts of the person that prompted the AI to do it this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's viable.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's viable. I can see it. But if that's not the case, who owns it?
That's what I was gonna say.
You know?
Yeah, and if they rejected her, she did that. If they rejected her, so what you're saying is, if you're saying that I don't own the rights, then you're telling me artificial intelligence own the rights. Then,
Mm-hmm. Somebody gotta own it.
I mean, who else is only between me and the software?
That's it. So does the company that created the tech own it?
Right. So you get it's a lot. It's a few layers to this.
Yeah. It really boils down to terms and conditions.
Yeah.
When you sign up to use one of these things, you're gonna click I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We have to read terms and conditions from here on out. You cannot sign up for anything else for the rest of your life without thoroughly reading the terms and conditions. I'm telling you that now.
Right.
I don't give a damn what it is.
Right, because technically, if Instagram wanted to take and do stuff with people's pictures, they could, because in their terms and conditions, they own the rights to everything that is uploaded on their site.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. And you know what they doing with those pictures? They might not be doing nothing with them, and they might not be doing nothing public facing with them, but I guarantee you that they holding that data, because that's all those pictures are, is data. Where you think they're gonna feed that data to? AI.
AI, yeah.
Yeah. Some genius at one of these AI companies is gonna be like, wait, let's go make a deal with Meta, who owns Instagram and Facebook, and we'll own. When I was doing social media for a living, well, I still do it for a living, but when I was working for a digital marketing company doing social media, right? They at that point in time, 12% of the people on the planet were on Facebook.
Damn.
Yeah. 12% of the planet.
That's
so
cool.
Let's combine Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, just combine them all. I would dare to say 60 to 70% of the people on the planet probably on some version of social media.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying? And if even if it's just 50, right? Let's lowball it. Even if it's just 50, you know how much data that is for AI to be fed into AI? You're getting the likes, the dislikes, the things you argue about, the things you love. You see what I'm saying? Your favorite meals, your favorite vacation spots. You getting everything.
Right. Because
everything.
And we got to understand, they taking in all that information, not just taking it in, they're like analyzing it.
Yeah.
They're analyzing it.
They analyze, they analyzing it so that they can produce it one day, however they need to, in whatever shape, form, or fashion they need to. So those terms and conditions is a motherfucker. You gotta read them, right? So when ChatGPT, well, OpenAI, which is the company that produced ChatGPT, right? This is what they had to say. This is how they handled it. OpenAI hereby assigns to you, the user, all its rights, title, and interest in and to output, right? So anything you put in and output, you own us, right? That's what their terms and conditions say. They assign ownership to the user.
Yeah.
But listen, a previous version of these terms, by contrast, purported to give OpenAI such rights. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could go either way.
Yeah.
A previous version, they owned everything.
Right.
You know? So it's like either way it says OpenAI does not seem to address who would own the copyright in the absence of such terms. As one scholar commented, OpenAI appears to bypass most copyright questions through contract. Because they like we said, terms and conditions via contract.
Yeah.
They assign it. They say we don't have it, you own it. If you put it in here, if you prompt us and we create it, you own it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not always that way, even for that company. And
Right.
we see we see companies change terms and conditions after you start using the tool all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Update terms and conditions. And because you're so used to using this tool every day, you just click OK and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Them days dead.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the average person don't want to read through all that no way.
Ain't going to read through it. Not even do they not want to, not going
Yeah,
to. It ain't a chance in hell that they're gonna read through all that shit.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
So yeah, whew. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So it's like now I just gotta go like that thing Autopod that we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the terms and conditions. $29 a month seems dumb cheap to have something that can freak all your videos.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do they own? Who owns that? What do they terms and conditions say? And before this conversation, I wasn't gonna read them shits. I was just gonna sign up. I was gonna jump right in that 7-day trial and get busy. But now I'm like, shit, I gotta take a day and read and understand what's going on.
Yeah, I was trying to see if it said something.
Which one? Autopod?
Yeah.
I think I got it pulled up right here.
Yeah, I got it up. I'm on the site.
Mm-hmm. Oh, terms and conditions,
terms and
right
conditions
there.
right here.
Yeah, at the bottom. How long are they? They ain't that long. I'm just gonna read this one sentence though. At the bottom, we reserve the right at our sole discretion to modify or replace these terms at any time. If a revision is material, we will make reasonable efforts to provide at least 30 days notice prior to any new terms taking effect. What constitutes a material change will be determined at our sole discretion. By continuing to access our service after those revisions become effective, you agree to be bound to these revised terms. If you do not agree to the new terms in whole or in part, please stop using the website and the service. And they ain't changed nothing yet. That's just telling you when they decide to change something, you know.
But the crazy thing is even if it's the terms and conditions you may agree with now, but they may decide to change it, and they reserve the right to, and you can't do nothing about it, and you've already agreed.
Yep.
That's the problem.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's it. They got you. They got you, bro.
Yep.
Period. It ain't nothing you could do about that. Ain't nothing you could do about that. I mean, or just stop using it.
Oh yeah.
Because anything that you create after those 30 days is subject to whatever they changed it to.
Yep. It's a dark road.
Yeah, we what'd you say, the last frontier?
Yeah. Final frontier, man.
Final frontier.
Yeah.
We're in the final frontier, my brother. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just skimming to make sure there ain't nothing else that needs to be written. Intellectual property. The service and its original content, excluding content provided by you or other users, features and functionality are and will remain the exclusive property of the company and its licensors. The service is protected by copyright, trademark, and other laws for both the country and foreign countries. Okay. That don't say nothing about what's being created on it being owned. But either way, I think we got enough information from them to realize what the game is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? End user license agreement. This motherfucker starts. Please read the end user license agreement carefully before clicking the I agree button. Downloading or using Autopod. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this is something else, boy. But yeah, I think I mean, this is information, more info. I don't know if it's more information than conversation. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like this is something that people need to know. And I thought about doing a weekly, like a kind of a news update on what's going on with AI in the music space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought about it, and I paused that idea because I stopped. Like I said, I stopped investigating it so much because I feel like I was being inundated with bad news. But I do think it might be helpful, and I think it'd be helpful for the people, and I'm almost certain to be helpful for our channel.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, because it's not going nowhere, so it's going to continuously be a topic of conversation because new developments are going to keep happening from AI. So it's going to stay on front headlines.
It is. Yeah, man, that is the final frontier, and the final, especially for the arts. I don't know I haven't really given much thought to how it's gonna affect everything else. But the arts are in trouble, and if the arts are in trouble, then everything is in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, the arts, I feel like, are the backbone of society.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you go tampering with those, shit starts to fall down around you. I do believe. But hey, I don't know what else to say, man. You got anything else on this?
Nah, I think we covered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For where we at right now, and like we said, we'll be back.
Yeah, because we just got to keep our eyes out watching. There's gonna be something new.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be something new tomorrow. I would dare to say. Yeah, man, but I ain't gonna drag it out no more. But with that being said, I want y'all to first stay tuned for the limited edition TANG CLAN merch. It's definitely coming. Like, I had a hold up with the shirts because I had to actually source the shirts. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So that I get the right cut for the design. I couldn't go with a standard cut shirt. I had to get. We're gonna have to have something a little flyer, a little more fly, a little more distinct to go with to match the design. So that's definitely coming. Go to all your social media, whatever social media you own, and search Conversate for a Few. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you go to the YouTube page and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we drop these new episodes every week. But the show drops every Friday at 7 a.m. So just lock in with us, because it's getting ready to be a bumpy ride. Put your seatbelts on. You feel me? But you just pulled something out. Was you about to show me something?
Yeah. I was at this Rebus coffee and little marketplace over there by the
right there by the bridge.
And I bought this, got this Whitney Houston record. Really, give it to you so you can go through it. It's a 1985 album.
Yeah, I had that.
Released on recent. I thought you did.
Yeah, I had that, of course. Yeah, I did. I mean, shit, if you was alive in 1985, either your mama had it, your uncle had it, your aunt had it, but it was in your world.
Yeah.
That's the one where I Just Want to Dance with Somebody and shit on it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it got to be his first album.
Yep.
Yeah, right. I just want to dance with somebody. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat
Yeah.
of somebody. That's on that. Yeah,
Somebody.
it's a good album.
Mm-hmm.
Good album. Yeah, you know what's funny is I heard a Whitney Houston sample. Somebody played something the other day, and the part of the song I heard, I was like, oh shit! I'm surprised ain't nobody never sampled that shit. Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we me and you on the same wavelength. Yeah, that's what's up. I need that. Actually.
Yeah.
So thank
I
you.
got you.
Thank you. That's crazy. I needed it. Yeah, thank you. I didn't even mention that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, we definitely on the same wavelength. That's how it works, bro. Yeah, that's how. Thank you, sir. But with that being said, yo, I'm Jonna.
I'm Alan. This was not a podcast about classical music.
Absolutely was not. This is a podcast about hip hop. Make room for the tag.
Conversate for a few.
Hustle, welcome, man, they had to send me. Hustle from Raleigh, live from NC with your hosts, John and Alan. Relate to the two, you are now listening to Conversate for a few. Check it on SoundCloud, debate with your crew. They talking hip-hop from the late to the new. From July till June end, no Fridays for me, tune in. Please listen to this podcast. 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 Please listen to this podcast.